Hi there, I'm Josh, and welcome to another edition of the Butler Sports Report. I've got the other Josh here with me today, and we're going to talk about recent Butler men's basketball action. Butler hit the road this week. They played at Seton Hall and DePaul. They first played at DePaul. The final score 70-69 in overtime, led by Keelan Martin, who had 12 points and 5 rebounds, and Kamar Baldwin, who had 18 points and 5 rebounds. Kamar was also the Big East freshman of the week.
Yes, he was.
This past week after 2 stellar performances. Team shot 36% from the field. They did shoot 25% from the three-point line, which needs to improve, but it was enough to get the job done. But another difficult first half for the Butler Bulldogs.
Yeah, difficult to say the least. The team started down 25-5. Eli Kane was absolutely spectacular for DePaul, scoring 32 points on 11 of 18 shooting. Both teams were missing free throws down the stretch, so this was really anybody's game for the taking, and the Bulldogs were able to pull it out in overtime, but still lots of room for improvement.
Yeah. Not entirely Butler's fault with the first half start this week. DePaul couldn't miss at the beginning of the game a lot. Eli Kane was 4 of 5 from the three-point line early in the game. So there's really nothing you can do about that, but at the same time, you got to play a little bit better defense. Like you mentioned, Eli Kane, 32 points. Guard defense continues to be an area of concern for Coach Holtman and Butler. It definitely needs to improve.
Absolutely.
Which we've talked about in previous Butler Sports Reports.
And come tournament time, basically every team's going to have elite guards, so that's definitely a focus for the Bulldogs going forward.
Butler also played at Seton Hall. The Butler won this game by a score of 61-54. So 2 road wins for Butler this week, which in the grand scheme of things is a very good week in conference play when you win twice on the road.
No question.
Butler was led by Andrew Travis, who had 16 points to lead Butler scorers after having a very rare 0-point performance against DePaul. His first 0-point game in 105 games. It had been a really long time since Andrew had 0 points in a game. Keithan had a double-double off the bench, 15 points and 10 rebounds, as well as Keelan Martin had a double-double, 10 points, 11 rebounds. So all across the board, a very good stat line for the Bulldogs. Kamar Baldwin also added 12 points.
Absolutely. It was exciting to see 4 different Bulldogs in double figures. And then also defensively, the team got back on track. Seton Hall shot 29% from the field and only 17% from 3. So that kind of defense is what it's going to take to be successful come Big East tournament time and come March Madness, and you win on the road by playing really good defense. And so the Bulldogs proved that was the case against Seton Hall and need to continue that because that was a very exciting sign.
Yes, to hold Seton Hall to only 54 points is definitely a step in the right direction. This is also a big game for Butler because this put them in first place in the Big East halfway through the conference schedule. They're 7-2 in conference play, which is also what Villanova's conference play record is, but we have the head-to-head advantage. So if the season were to end today, the Bulldogs would take first place in the Big East, especially being predicted to finish 6th in the Big East at the beginning of the year. It's definitely cool to see Butler at the top of the Big East standings halfway through the season.
No question. There's still a lot of work to do. Obviously not there yet, only halfway done with conference play, but it is a very exciting thing, and it's just promising to see the Bulldogs playing so well.
Yes. Butler plays twice, and 2 times this upcoming week. On the 28th, they play Georgetown here at Hinkle, and then on the 31st, they play Creighton at Hinkle as well. So 2 home games for Butler after 2 road games. Games that they, in theory, should win. They should be able to continue this win streak that they're on and continue to be towards the top of the standings in the Big East.
Yeah, they won in overtime when they went at Georgetown earlier this year. The Bulldogs need to be prepared for the press. Yep. When Georgetown brought that out, it kind of turned into chaos for a little while there until they straightened things out. And also, interior defense is going to be key. The Hoyas had 40 points in the paint the first time these 2 teams played. That can't happen again. Interior
play against Creighton will also be a big point of emphasis, especially with Mo Watson now being out of the starting lineup for Creighton with his ACL injury. Justin Patton is one of the most gifted big men, not only in the Big East but in the country. And with them losing some of their power on offense, he's going to be a really big part of their offensive scheme. So you will definitely have to focus on interior defense in these next couple games.
And also Marcus Foster for Creighton, too. Since Mo Watson went down in their last 2 games, both losses, he's been averaging 21 points. So he's an electric scorer who's getting the ball more and more because Mo Watson went down.
Yep. He's definitely electric and definitely has the ability to score lots of points. And we've talked about Butler having trouble guarding talented guards at times. And for him, who is a gifted scorer more than anything, that's definitely going to need to be something that Butler focuses on as they play Creighton.
Being back home, though, is a big deal. The Bulldogs haven't lost at Hinkle all year and are looking to continue that.
Yes, for sure. Hopefully to continue their good play in Big East play. Other sports that are happening this weekend, the women's basketball team is taking a Northeast road trip, and they'll be playing Seton Hall and St. John's in the next few days. The men's and women's track and field teams have meets at Indiana and Purdue, and the women's tennis team is playing at Wright State over the weekend as well. So all kinds of sports in action for Butler this weekend.
Absolutely. Good luck to all those teams. And also a big congratulations to former men's soccer player David Goldsmith, who is currently in Arizona at training camp with MLS team Minnesota United. Always exciting to see Bulldogs make it professionally, and he is working towards earning a contract to become a professional soccer player in America's top division.
Yes, very exciting for David. Very happy that he's getting this opportunity. An opportunity that seems like it's going to be a place for him to really show what he's got and hopefully be in America's top soccer league for the next several years to come. So big congratulations to David. Make sure that you're continuing to go to Butler sporting events. All student athletes really appreciate big crowds at their home games. The support, as we talk about, is a home field advantage is a really big deal for college sports, and that only comes when we have lots of students coming out to those games to support. So make sure you're continuing to support those student athletes. We hope you enjoyed this edition of the Butler Sports Report. I'm Josh. He's Josh. Go Dogs.